Not that toy, Lieutenant. A real gun. You told me you were going to find evidence Bartimeus and Quinn didn't do any of this. Get the whole crew to hear you out. But what if the ensigns refuse to listen? How are you going to make them pay attention? I mean, this isn't just for me, Lieutenant. It's for your sake, too. Fine, if that's what it takes. Strong start, Knight. Get back here with something a bit more serious than that stun gun of yours, and I'll show you how to get into the surgery wing. Alright, bet it. If you get caught, though, told you, Chief, it won't come back to you. Alright then, get moving. Thanks, Chief. With your part of the deal made clear, you begin to walk away, knowing what you need it to do. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. We get the Chief calls up to you. Hey, Lieutenant. Chief. Don't bother me until you're done. I've got engines to get started. Yes, Chief. Nothing more than a curt nod. The Chief shifts her attention from you back to internal workings of the engine that she's been controlling earlier. You already began to think about how you can get around a warning sent to the bridge. If the weapons loggers are open, you realize something. Vanessa has taken away your access to the armory. And you hope you had it. This might be easy. Comes away as you begin to consider how you were going to get into the armory now. Ship's captain was the only person with the ability to adjust the crew members' access privileges. Does this mean you'd have to pay Vanessa a visit? Shut out the thought. Ah, here we go. Hey, Lieutenant, going somewhere? You groan quietly as Hansen walks up beside you. Hadn't been aware that you've been following you. How do you know some enter the aft thoroughfare with you? How long have you been there? Why is it Croyce? I spoke with you just a few minutes ago. You want to give me another spiel about how you're keeping an eye on things? I know. Trust me. But I've got work to do, so... yeah, about that... guess we were being too subtle for you. The captain asked us to make sure you weren't doing anything suspicious, and I'm going to be honest. You've been nothing but suspicious since we started roaming around the ship like a lost cadet. So I'm going to be taking you up to have a word with the captain about your conduct. Get real, Hansen. I'm busy. I'm not asking, Lieutenant. Bridge, move. Raise your arms slowly and turn around, heading towards the central house elevators. Every so often, Hansen thrusts his gun in your back. It feels like you're not moving fast enough. You maintain the same steady pace. As the two of you board the elevator together, resign yourself to what's happening. You'd have to confront Vanessa eventually, but hopefully that would be on your own terms. Clear your mind, lots of possibilities. It's a moment you've been preparing for. This was it. Hurry up. Okay, one more thing. Okay, we got the trophy. I was worried that I had, like, overstepped it and had, like, gotten into a, you know, story mandated. During up the bridge to the tense one and normally spacious interior of the elevator feels cramped as Hansen keeps his gun pointing at you, a grin on his face. As soon as you arrive, you're shoved out, sending you stumbling towards Vanessa. Ensign Hansen Croyce, entering the bridge, Captain. Brought someone I thought you'd like to talk to. Oh, Lieutenant Knight. This is a disappointment. Much as I'd want to trust you, I had to ask ensigns to make sure you weren't doing anything you shouldn't. But here you are. So then, Ensign Croyce, what is our wayward lieutenant been up to? Oh, you know, sniffing around places you shouldn't be sniffing, asking a few too many questions, bothering people who shouldn't be bothered. Generally getting a little bit carried away for someone who should just be on patrol. What have you been up to, Lieutenant? You know, if you don't pay this right, you could have another opportunity. You won't have another opportunity, so you need to take the chance presented to you. I've been doing exactly what you told me to, Captain. I've been trying to figure out how Quinn and Bartimeus were sending communications without records being made. And you were right. They have had someone else helping them. Who? Well, Captain, I don't know for certain, but I know how to find out. What do you mean? Trust me, Captain. Get the whole crew up on the bridge and we'll be able to reveal exactly what's been going on. Price? Hey, go for it, Captain. If the Lieutenant thinks they're being clever, I'm right here. If they're right, then it's going to be fun to find out what's happening. Vanessa seats herself in the captain's chair again, presses down on a button on one of the armrests. Attention all hands. I repeat, attention all hands. This is Captain Vanessa Lord. All members of the crew, with the exception of Ensign Rumney, who will remain on guard duty, are to assemble on the bridge. I repeat, Captain Lord runs through the announcement a few more times, and once finished, lifts her finger from the button, heading back to the chair and crossing one leg over the other. There you go, Lieutenant. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got in store. Doesn't take long for Dylan to arrive, followed by the Chief and then Dalton. Wary of what the announcement might mean, considering how things had gone previously, none of the three say anything instead of just finding out a spot to stand and keep it to themselves. With everyone here except Haru, Hansen takes a place beside the captain's seat, his gun trained on you. Hearts and minds, I think is the one we're on now. Isn't it? No. Oh, what's it called? I don't know what the other trophy I'm missing is. With everyone's here except Haru, Hansen takes his place beside the captain's seat. His gun's still trained on you. So then, Lieutenant Knight, I believe you had something important you needed to tell me that you had to wait until the whole crew was present? Oh, excuse me. You don't cough nervously. All eyes were on you. That's right, ma'am. Across the bridge position, we were able to address everyone. We're gonna save. Again, we're saving where we were, because there's really nowhere else we can do, because Hansen caught us like right after we left that room. So, address everyone. The crew stare at you with expressions ranging from terrified to quizzical. As Captain Lord instructed. I've been investigating what's been happening on the ship. I managed to find some significant evidence that says exactly what that is. Pause for a moment. It's clear that everyone is tense with anticipation. And that is... You swallow nervously. There's no going back now. Vanessa Lord is wrong about everything that's happened and is mutineer. Captain Bartimeus and Commander Quinn are innocent. Croyce, detain her immediately. Alright, Lieutenant, show's over where... Wait, I can prove it. Go along with Lord and you'll be charged as a traitor. Oh, that face, that face. That face. Yeah, that face there, bucko. Well, listen to her, get rid of Knight now. Despite Vanessa's instructions, Ensign pauses for a moment. Other three members of the crew look from one another and then towards Vanessa. You can see the seeds of doubt beginning to sprout amongst them. Trust me, you're all going to want to hear this. Croyce, I gave you an order, so hang in there a second, Captain. I kind of want to hear what Lieutenant out on this one. Croyce, get her off my bridge immediately or I'll be exposed as a liar. This won't stand, I have all of you. What's wrong, Captain? Worried I might be right? If I'm wrong, just lock me up like Cassie and the Captain. I'll do more than that. I'm having you thrown out the airlock right now. Hansen? Hansen begins to move towards you. You know you'll need to do something big to get him to hear you out. Hansen, if you can't convince everyone here I'm right, what do you want? Do what Lord wants. But if you want to bet your life on her without hearing what I have to say... Sorry, Captain. Hanson shrugs, he lowers his gun. Gotta admit, the lieutenant's got me pretty curious. Vanessa. She's probably like shrieking now, like, fine! 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 I'll give you a chance, Lieutenant. Since I'm the captain, it's my duty to listen to the crew's wishes. Let's hear what this nonsense you've come up with. But make it quick. Unless you convince everyone here, I'll escort you to the airlock myself. You do your best to breathe. Slow your breathing and stand up straight. I hadn't realized it, but as Hanson has approached you, your instincts have taken over and you're slowly shifting backwards. Thank you, Captain. Move forwards again, position yourself equally between the crew, Vanessa and Hanson. Oh, don't mention it. I'm dying to find out how your murderer of a girlfriend is innocent, despite being in the perfect position to be behind everything. So let's hear it then. Your explanation. I'm losing my voice again. Maybe tell us how she couldn't have killed the doctor despite being the only person down there. All eyes are on you as Vanessa's accusation hangs in the air. From this point on, you'll need to be able to prove a counter-argument for everything she said to convince the crew that you're right. If you can't, or if you say something that she twists back or you prove is incorrect, then you'll risk losing their support. Your life is in their hands. What is it, Lieutenant? Had you assumed we wouldn't be examining a ridiculous theory this closely? Yeah, this whole, you know, Ace Attorney music in the background, this turnabout, deliberation music. What do you think she killed him too? There's no way Cassie would have killed the doctor. I know her. She'd never hurt anyone. You snap back. Vanessa, is that the best you got? Croix, take her away to the... Wait, that's not my reason. Let me answer first. You wanted to listen to the stop, acting like such an idiot. Come on, then, Lieutenant, like this is about how you've been so certain that Quinn didn't kill Dr. Rosario. Quinn didn't kill Dr. Zarin because of the condition she was in. Take a look at this. You reach into your jacket pocket and pull out the doctor's data pad. Your data pad? No, not mine, Dr. Rosario's. You quick scroll through the task log and present it to the crew. His notes show right here that he sedated Cassie at 21:22. I entered the sickbay at 21:30, and you can check the logs for that. How could she kill someone when she would have been completely unconscious? Vanessa. He told me that Cassie had taken her to the quarters afterwards for security. Whoever carried her up there would have been able to see she was knocked out too. She was so completely out of it when Rumney and I took her to her room. You expect us to believe that she killed him while in that state, Captain? That's certainly an interesting thought, Lieutenant. I can see why you'd think that. But you've overlooked something obvious. You grit your teeth, you knew she wasn't going to be easy. This wasn't going to be easy. This wasn't not her, especially when you were going up against a weasel like Vanessa. That's still 8 whole minutes between Quinn being sedated and you arriving. Don't you think she would have killed the doctor before the sedatives took effect? Not with how quickly the drugs work. Cassie wouldn't have been awake for long. It only takes a few seconds to kill someone, Lieutenant. 8 minutes is more than enough. She couldn't have killed the doctor before the sedatives took effect. Cassie couldn't have killed the doctor before the sedatives took effect because... I put this too risky because I think it was around the time when Croix was still in there. It'd be far too risky for her to do it then. Cassie's a spy or enemy agent, whatever you're accusing her of being. Do you think she'd really decide to kill the doctor then? When she might be unconscious any second with no opportunity to hide the body? There's no way anyone would decide to make a move like that, especially not if they've been alone for hours with the person they were going to kill. It's stupid. Because when Lieutenant Knight has something been stupid ever stopped Lieutenant Commander Quinn. We're talking about the woman who got transferred off the Reliant for screwing up their cybersecurity so badly his ship was compromised in 1 second. I think we're all familiar with our own particular brand of bad decisions, aren't we? If you're trying to say she's a spy, then shouldn't she be good at what she does? I thought she's a traitor, Lieutenant. Not that she's competent. This is where you got it. Lieutenant, shall I take a look? Take you to the airlock now? No, that's not the only reason. Before the sedatives took effect, because I don't know now. Nuclear vessel over mind race trying to pick up some base or piece of knowledge which she would prove Cassie had nothing to do with it. That's a certain that Cassie killed Dr. relied on Cassie acting quickly and killing Dr. Zerman before she fell unconscious. But could she do that? How would Vessa argue it had happened? A weapon. Excuse me, Lieutenant? How would she have done it without a weapon? What are you babbling about? Look at the facts. There was a short period of time between Cassie getting sedated and me arriving. The time between the doctor giving her those sedatives and her falling unconscious would be even shorter. Answer. Anyone ever saw a doctor's body still obvious signs of injuries or violence? Huh? I mean, I helped Rum to get him in the surgery room, but I didn't notice anything like that. I didn't see any blood or bruises or anything like that either. No one mentioned him being beat up to me. Be quiet, all of you. To kill the dog that quickly without leaving any trace on his body, the killer would have needed an electroshock weapon. And there's only no way Cassie would have had one. And how could you possibly know that, Lieutenant? Of where the Kirkard was. Cassie couldn't have a weapon because she couldn't have had an electroshock weapon at all. That's what you're claiming, Lieutenant, but of course, here goes down and finds one. Then I know it'd be planted. Because of this. Because of your key card? Not my key card, Cassie's key card. Which I've had since Blackwood after you gave it to me. Ack. She would have been able to get anywhere except in and out of the sick bay without using her card. She wouldn't have been able to get anywhere in it. She wouldn't have been able to get anywhere except in and out of sick bay without using her card. So how do you think she had been able to get into the armory? But that's not all. What? Until you gave access to this instance, I was the only one on the ship who had the authority on my key card to get into that weapons locker. You could have. Could have. And any weapons that are taken are logged. You should know that, Captain. If you check the records that are made... If we check the records, are we going to find anyone aside from me taking any electroshock weapon? She's probably going to claim like we gave it to her girlfriend. Hey, wait a minute, Knight. I saw Quinn in the sickbay. She's the one that took you out. What about that, huh? Good question, answer Forrest. What about that, Lieutenant? Whoever you saw wasn't Cassie. Yeah, guess you would say that, huh? Think about it. You said that my attacker was dressed all in black. Privacy effect would have been up, but it doesn't affect stuff like color. If we went in there now and stood in different sides, we'd both see our uniform colors as they are. Chief, what was Cassie wearing when you took her to her quarters? Just her standard uniform. So what now, Lord? Are you going to tell me that Cassie got sedated, killed the doctor, changed her clothes, hid some mystery weapon we can't find, attacked me, and then changed back again? All before the sedatives kicked in? Huh? I guess it can't have been Quinn. Well, Lieutenant, it seems like you've got four very compelling arguments why Lieutenant Commander Quinn may not be the doctor's killer. But I think I have let the inquiry back at Europa Colony make the final decision on that one. Oh, don't give me that look, Carthanes. Even if there's a slight chance that she's innocent of killing the doctor, we can't forget that she abandoned the ship at its time of need. You were there after all, Lieutenant, when she took a little nap to avoid helping us solve the problem she no doubt caused. Same goes for Bartimuse, in case you forgot. That's nonsense, and you know it. Is it? Don't tell me you think you got something to say about that as well. Yeah, I can tell you that they had nothing to do with it. This is where, like, that person was on the server was like, and Deez would be in the background with, like, a boombox, like, doing the Beastie Boys, like, you know, because the captain was indisposed. to do with it. They were both unwell. Cassie and the captain weren't responsible for the sabotage because they were both unwell. You don't know what the actual sabotage was, but you're confident the captain and Cassie are responsible because they didn't help out. I suppose you want a simpler way to put it. I call them traitors through inactivity. They made a choice, and that was to let us die. I think you had that same choice, Bucko. But they didn't have a choice. Look at this. You navigate through the menus of the doctor's datapad. You still hold your hand, working your way to Cassie's medical logs. All these entries are Cassie. All the scans and treatments. Dr. Rosarium's notes about her condition when I brought her down. Then there's the captain. Navigate through the Captain Broadway's entry and show that the doctor treated her shortly after you restored power. I'm pretty sure the one who found her, too, was Lord. So she knew she was indisposed. They weren't making a choice. They were incapacitated. Do you think the doctor would have done all this if it wasn't necessary, Lord? Do you think the doctor would have done all this if it wasn't necessary, Lord? Man, I'm really losing my voice. Are you trying to make us think that he was incompetent? I'm doing no such thing. But he may have made mistakes. That's right. You don't have anything against either of them. This whole thing's just been a big sham so you can carry out your vendetta. You sell us all out if it meant you could get ahead. That's not it. That's the Stammers for defense. You can feel the atmosphere in the room change. Where you'd felt like you've been on trial before, you can now sense this hostility shift from you towards Vanessa. All you need to do now is convince the crew to move against her end. Hey, but I've got a question for you, Knight. Sure, Captain Lord here might not have all the answers, but it seems to me that at least she's moving in the right direction to figure out who did all this. If it wasn't Quinn and Bradamuse, and who was it, huh? I don't see who else it could be. You jump into the defense like this seems a little bit... Get what I'm saying, don't ya? That's right, Lieutenant. You've been willing to poke holes in what they said, but I don't see you offering any options to consider. The ship just didn't have a full system of failure on its own, you know. And I'm sure Dr. Rosarium didn't decide to give himself a lethal dosage of electricity. Caused that everyone's attention turned back towards you. Vanessa was right. If you couldn't show the crew what someone else than the captain and Vanessa would remain the only suspects. Well, it was... What's that, Lieutenant? Whatever you're ready. The real culprit is someone else. It was, you run through the whole crew in your mind, it was realistic, you couldn't see it, a single one of them, no one had means or motivation. Then there was what you discovered during your investigation. I don't think it was anyone from the crew. I think it was someone else. That's great, Lieutenant Knight. How enlightening. Isn't that convenient? It wasn't anyone from the crew, it was someone totally mysterious person who just happened to be on the ship that happened to want to kill us all that we didn't know about. It all makes sense. Shut up and listen to me. Instead of trying to blame it on people you have a grudge against, maybe you should have actually thought it through. Was anyone on the ship actually in a position to take advantage of anything during the blackout, when the blackout happened, or were we all taken by surprise? Is there even any sign that the cause of blackout came from within the ship? Not that I've seen. Plus, the same thing happened to the O'Brien. Even the doctor was killed. Are you telling me that the member of our crew somehow did all that to two separate ships? The only thing both ships have in common is that the machine sat in our hangar right now. Everything that's happened, it all comes back to that craft. Vanessa. Well, that's quite the theory you've got there, Lieutenant. Even though it relies on a mysterious saboteur we didn't know existed. Who would have even seen a ship that's only big enough for 11 people? That's because they've been using the crawlways. The what? There's crawlways that run through the ship that are used by a maintenance team. Isn't that right, Chief? How'd you know about those? Doesn't matter. Am I right that someone could get around the entire ship without being seen using those crawlways? Without a doubt. There's only a few places they don't lead to. So someone somehow got on board the ship and is doing all this. What reason could they possibly have, Who is this person that's caused our problems if they're not one of the crew then? What exactly do you think they're after? Well, everyone looking towards you for an answer, you stall. When you came through, your plan still had been to prove Cassie and Captain were innocent, and she was twisting events to satisfy her own grudges. Now, though, she lumbered on you with the burden not just proving them innocent, but proving that what had actually happened to. You couldn't tell that despite everything you brought up, because Nessa still had some sort of plan to worm her way out of this. Keep the focus on Cassie, the captain, even you. Despite everything, there was still a game, still her game that you were playing. What's the intruder's motive? Guess we'll make another save file. Like we know from the other route that it's actually Cassie they're after. But we're gonna put they're a spy. Because I think that's our most logical thing here. Whoever this is, I think they're a spy. Oh really? That's right, could be the Solar Federation testing some new technology to steal information from our ships. But now we've caught them, their whole plan's gone up in smoke and they're trying to get rid of us. You know that those books you got in your quarters are fiction, don't you, Lieutenant? What kind of spy travels all the way to enemy territory only to get themselves taken aboard an enemy ship on their state-of-the-art machine twice, But it could be much more easily already on a ship like Bartimuse or Quinn. Well, that's what I thought. Then they're not a spy there. They're what, Lieutenant? They're... What's the intruder's motive? They're after Cassie. Take a deep breath and you think about everything you found out so far. You weren't entirely certain, and you knew it was going to sound ridiculous, but it was the best option. Cassie. What? Whoever the person is, they're after Cassie. What the hell are you talking about? What I'm trying to say is... No, that's not it. I've had enough. I feel like making this up as you're going along. You're exploding on with every random thought comes to your head, and all sounds good enough to convince everyone that your precious Cassie is innocent. And now you're trying to make her look like the victim here? Like this is all some conspiracy against her? Get a grip. I'm not listening to any more of this. Bryce, you know what to do. Hey, wait. I said don't listen to her. You know I'm right. T. Dylan. Dalton, come on. Please, all of you, hear me out. Well, we didn't get this. Oh, we got Space Attorney. we got the trophy anyway. Give it up, Knight. All security checks complete. First platinum I've had in ages. It's over. Please, all of you, please don't you know it's what's really going on? As silence fills the bridge. Now there you have it, Lieutenant. Seems like. Wait. I want to hear the lieutenant out. Ma'am. Can I ask your opinion of that? I know, ma'am. Then stay quiet. Hey, don't talk to my cadet like that. Don't tell your captain what to do about this. I want to hear what the lieutenant has to say, too. Same here. Seems they were really getting to something. All of you, shut up right now. This isn't for discussion. Boys? Hey, sorry, Captain. I want to see where Knight is going with this, too. All of you will. So you think someone's after Quinn, Lieutenant? Why? Well, Chief. Happenings that you picked up on. It feels like the only explanation. So I couldn't quite form a full picture of what was going on in your head, but you knew you were close to figuring it out. You knew what you'd seen was important. There've been things happening here that haven't made any sense. on their own, they didn't seem like anything to worry about. Now that we're here, they do. When I reactivated the Gundog's computer, I could hear the same signal that came over the bridge's comms before the whole ship shut down and Cassie collapsed. The whole thing went haywire, and everyone's crew reports were flashing on the screen, but the only one that stayed there was hers. Then the whole thing shut down. At the time, I thought the computer had been damaged by the sudden loss of power, but now I have to wonder, what if the signal was coming from that machine when it was on O'Brien? Why would it focus on Cassie's file? Then after I got back to O'Brien, when I was on patrol, I stopped at Cassie's quarters, and someone had loaded up her terminal. Back then I figured she left it on, but the log showed that whoever no information was sent on into the quarters. I didn't enter anyone else's while I heard it. She blacked out when she heard that signal too. She's the only crew member who seemed to be affected by it. Just checking my time. It's her. Things keep happening to her. Upper twin, huh? Can I explain what you've seen, Lieutenant? The central computer couldn't display any files on a fresh boot. Any previous sessions would have been lost if the power went off. I don't know what you're saying yet. Kind of doesn't look that way. It's absurd. None of this shows that it had anything to do with Quinn. She's not special. She's got a point there, Knight. Quinn's just a lieutenant commander. What makes someone go to all this effort for someone like that when they could try for a captain or an admiral? For one thing, she's on a small, out-of-the-way ship, and she has been on a bigger ship. She knows all these security information. Why do you think she's so important? No. What's so special? Think about it. They left her alive. Who left her alive? Whoever's on board the ship. When I go to sickbay, the doctor's already there. I didn't see anyone around before I went to sickbay, so whoever it was must have gone at least a few minutes before me. They were planning on killing off the crew. They had more than enough time to kill Cassie. But they didn't. She was left alive. Yeah, but they didn't kill you either. What if the doctor was killed by accident or something? Alan survived because Hanson raised the alarm after seeing me get attacked. That's a miracle the blow didn't kill me. If Hanson hadn't hit the alarm, they didn't have a chance to finish me off. Why attack me and the doctor, but leave Cassie untouched? They wouldn't have left her alone unless they wanted something. Why are you idiots even entertaining this? This is all so stupid. Now as I say, and I do as I say, pipe down, Lord. That's Captain Lord, too. There could be a lot of reasons they didn't kill her, maybe because he was unconscious, so it wasn't a witness. Really reckon this all comes down to Quinn? Yes I do. How can you be sure? You can't be sure because it's all made up. Let her speak, Lord. Don't you think this could all just be a big coincidence or something? I don't think that at all, because destroyed the Gundog. Well, the Gundog's still in one piece, right? Yeah, sharp observation there. Good work. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the craft machine or whatever it is in the hangar. Destroyed the O'Brien in seconds, like it was nothing. When it came back to the Gundog, though, it never fired on the ship, only our armored crane. Why would it just destroy the ship when we're there? You saw how powerful that weapon was, boys. Why did it destroy the Gundog? Why did all of the systems go dead at the exact moment we fly into our own hangar? Why is the ship so functional when either that thing or something up there could knock it offline with a simple signal? There's all there is, and there's nothing. There's everything that's happened, all pointing to Cassie. Hans once again fills the bridge. What was it? Did they believe you? Were Were they on your side, or had you missed something critical? Well, I know it sounds nuts, but after everything I've seen, you're onto something, Lieutenant. Chief, you think so? Gotta say, what you're putting forward tracks with everything that's happened, the timeline, what we've seen. With it all comes to mind, like Quinn's definitely got herself caught up in something. Of course, if that's what's going on, they're not going to stop now, but they're so close, probably going to try something else. Yeah, I'm the chief on this one. We need to do something, figure out what the killer is. It'll take a bit to catch Harrow up on what's going on, but if there's someone on the ship that they won't get away from us. Everyone, thank you. I know it's a lot to please, but how are you all so stupid? What is this crap? You believe this story, really? How gullible are you? Stoic Lord. Just admit you're wrong. Up in your lies. I'll leave my voice again too. Twice, as your captain, I'll read you too. Sorry, Lord, but I don't think you're going to be captain much longer. How dare you? Hey, that's how it rolls. So, why don't you take it easy then? The snatch of high-pitched tones proves the tension style and improved drawn attention to one of the bridge control stations. Howard's voice sounded from the small speaker, audibly angry and confused. Lord, send Corey's down now. Romney, were those gunshots? Yeah, some freak just busted a Quinn's quarter and started shooting. Get Corey's down here now. You're the first to react, turning on your heel and sprinting towards the elevators. Where are you going? Get back here. You're already slammed your hand against the elevator controls, but hands are best that you even reacted. Door slides shut and you feel the downward motion of the elevator start. Harrow had mentioned Cassie's quarters. You were right. Whoever they were after her. Realized too late. Down. Slam your fist in the wall of the elevator just as the door slides open. Sound a gunshot rattles through the air, answered quickly by another burst of fire. Pressed up against the corner of the entryway in the Forsyth thoroughfare is Harrow gun drawn. Well, we don't have any weapons, so this isn't going to go well. Someone's going to die. Bolts straight past them. As soon as there's a wall, they pivot around the corner, their finger a flurry of triggers on the trigger as they fire off another volley of shots. Harrow, who is it? Hell if I know. Heard something happening in Quinn's quarters, and then the second I open the door, the psycho jumps out and starts blasting. Cassie. Get around the corner and try to catch a glimpse of the attacker as Harrow takes the opportunity to fire back. Who? Wait. One of those sights slouched against the wall leaning in the crew quarters unconscious Cassie. Cassie. Harrow, stop firing. You might hit Cassie. Get real, Knight. I'll stop when they do. As the deadly exchange between you and Harrow and the attacker continues, the central hub fills with a stink of gunfire and hot metal. Carry on, it was only a matter of time until Harrow accidentally shot Cassie. Draw your electroshock weapon from its holster and pivot around the corner. Taking an intruder alive might be your only chance of finding out exactly what was going on and what was happening. See your target stand directly in front of you. Take aim at central of the mass, and you fire. What? But despite the shock round striking the intruder squarely in the chest, nothing happens. Get back, idiot. Hear Harrow's shout as you yank you out of the Forsyth thoroughfare back to cover. Are you trying to get yourself killed? Hey, what's happening? Anthony yells as the elevator opens. This psycho got me outgunned. Give me a hand, would you? Got you covered. Hanson sprints around the central hub. You see him raise his machine gun and pivot, finger on the trigger as he slides to a stop in front of the entryway. Eat this. Hanson, no. Tackle Hanson just before he fires towards Kennedy. Kennedy sees the trigger and 12 bullets, hole peppering the wall and ceiling. Knight, what the hell? Voice, she's heading into the hangar. Get off me, idiot. Hanson shoves you off, and the two ensigns shoves you off him, and the two ensigns charge down the thoroughfare and through the door leading to the hangar. You scramble to your feet to head up after them. You barge past the ensigns and leap down each of the stairs. As soon as the gravity begins to lessen, you bolt rolling and drop down to the bottom. Stop right there. You yell as you burst into the hangar. Woman stands in front of you, a huge mass of machine and foam. What little you can see of her face is indifferent and unmoving. There's no sign of an expression at all. You can't even tell what she's looking beyond the 3 green lights on the left of her helmet, each one glowing an eerie glow. Each one glowing an eerie green pointing towards you. Stop right there. You've nowhere to go. Just give up. The rest of the crew will be here any second. You can't get away. Grit your teeth as your demand is met with silence. Glance at her side and see Cassie slumped beside the silent figure. Cassie. Just look at her. Just let her go. We'll go easy on you. Fragments of foam cut through the air around you as the machine's prison is vaporized in an instant. You are thrown back and impact his leg on the catwalk, only saving yourself by slamming the hangar's rear wall or grabbing onto another nearby railing. Wait. Before you recover, they grab Cassie, slip a mask over her face, and throw her over their shoulder before treating up the machine's leg. Then seconds, the pair disappears inside a hatch atop the craft that closes as soon as they're through. You spring forward, kicking off the wall behind you, and feel a sudden rush all around you, drawing you forwards. Grab onto the catwalk's railing just in time. Hangar's door is opening. Yeah. Ugh, I'm getting really close to the next timer. We've already seen the ending. Brace yourself against the air whipping past you, doing your best to not get dragged along with it into space. Knight, what the hell's going on? We're being a hottie, aren't we? Yeah. Hanson yelled over the rush of oxygen and glanced back to see him and her hanging on the hangar's entryway. Get back here. This whole place is depressurizing. Taking Cassie, we gotta get her out of there. Shout back, a torrent of air from rushing at the hangar, snatching the words from your mouth as soon as you say them. What are you talking about? Get over here. You feel the machine steps reverberate around you as it stomps its way out of the hangar. Its engines ignite and a searing blast of heat hits back as it soars away from the gun dog. Give it up, Knight. She's gone. Get back here. Cassie had been taken. Wherever the machine was, whoever its pilot was, she was with them now, hurtling away from the ship. We're just so hot. I just can't get over it. Hanson and her remain clinging to the doorway, gesturing for you to get out of there. Maybe you could convince them to help Cassie. Would Vanessa let them get in their go to their armored frames? Check to see my time. Okay, if we're going to watch the ending again, we're going to have to stop here. Because it's getting, you know, too, you know, in the time. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop recording.